I am completely out of ammo. That's never happened to me before.
Actually, it has. So about 2 years ago, just before I finally bit the bullet, pun intended, and bought 5,000 rounds of ammo of Lapua Centre-X that were batch tested to my rifle. So that was the last time it happened, and it's about to happen again. So with those Centre-X rounds, I managed to win a few divisions with my team from my club, Dudley Rifle Club, and I maintained a position in the county team for Worcester County, which is nice. So just after getting the batch tested ammo, which basically the ammo shoots much better than I do, and probably the stuff I was using before probably shot much better than I do, but having batch tested ammunition to your rifle generally gives you peace of mind, and you know that you've got the best ammo for the job, and that it's very unlikely that you're going to be getting flyers from the ammo. If the bullet doesn't go where you want it to go, then it's probably something that you've done, so it's technique that you need to work on, as opposed to thinking constantly, was that the ammo? Like, was there something wrong with that round? Like, generally no, it was just a bad shot. So my average went up just after getting the batch of ammunition from Centre-X, from Lapua Centre-X. But over the next 18 months following getting it, my average dropped as my focus completely changed. Although I was shooting regularly, I was shooting every week, there was just so much other stuff going on in my life. I was buying a house, first house, and renovating, so you know, that kind of took priority, and time and practice and you know, concentration is just about getting back to the level it was at before, as I'm running out of ammo. So I need to go and get some more ammo, and as far as I'm aware, Lapua are only batch test at Bisley around about the time of the August small ball meeting, and maybe once another time during the year. However, I live probably half an hour away from Birmingham in the UK, where Eley's testing centre is. So it makes a lot of sense for me to go and try out Eley and see if Eley shoots as well in my rifle as Lapua Centre-X did. Brilliant. So since I'm down to my last 100 rounds, tomorrow I am going to Eley. I've been booked in for a while, and I've spoken to Martin, who's the guy there, who's very helpful, and he's going to take me under his wing tomorrow, show me how the process works, and we'll hopefully get a decent batch of ammunition to shoot for the next 2 years, maybe. The last batch of 5,000 rounds of 2LR that I had did last me from August 2015. I haven't been shooting a lot of prone target rifle. I have been shooting a lot of bench rest and sporting rifle. So it's lasted quite well, but now's the time to get something hopefully equally as good or better. Right, so I've never been to Eley before, but I have heard from folks at my club that the process is slightly different from that I encountered at Bisley with Lapua. If you're interested in the process that I did with Lapua and how they do it, I will drop a link below this video to my blog post where there's pictures and there's a write-up about it. However, I didn't get any video content, so hopefully I'm going to sort that out tomorrow and get some video content of Eley's process, so that I can show you guys what to expect if you go there. So I believe that the process differs in as much as Lapua put the whole stock with the barreled action into a vice and shoot it without adjusting any of the tension on the action in the stock, and they just shoot it as you would if you were shooting it at the club. The only difference being it's bolted into a sturdy heavy vice so that it doesn't have any movement on it, whereas Eley, I believe, take the barreled action out of the stock and bolt, or not bolt, but clamp the action into a vice and shoot it without the stock. So whether or not that will influence how the rifle shoots, I guess we'll find out tomorrow. I do know that the goal for me is to match or beat the accuracy that I got with the Centre-X 2 years ago. So that barrel's had maybe 3,000, 3,000 rounds of Centre-X put through it since I last batch tested it with Lapua. So it'll be interesting, if I get time, to put a few of the rounds, maybe 10, 20 rounds of Lapua Centre-X that I've got left from that batch, and try and put that down the range at Eley, if I'm allowed, and find out what that groups before we do the testing for the 10X. I do know that Eley advertised that if you've got better ammo somewhere else and they can't beat it, that you'll get 5,000 rounds free, but I'm not intending for that to be the case. It'd be nice if that was the case, but for me it's just to find out for my own benefit whether or not the ammo's any better or any worse than what I was paying for previously. I do know that Eley will only batch test Edge and 10X. They have a lot of different types of ammunition, so it surprises me really that they won't batch test their match, for instance, which is considerably cheaper than the 10X. But we'll see. I fully expect that the 10X will come out on top, but it is a lot more expensive than the rest of their ammunition. I have been wrong before. When I did the Lapua testing, the Midas, which was the Lapua's most expensive ammunition, wouldn't group anything like as close as the Centre-X stuff did, so I ended up buying Centre-X. So I will try the Edge and I will try the 10X and see which one comes out the best, but I expect it'll be the 10X. So I'm hoping to get some footage of the process, and if I'm allowed, or if I can, try and get some footage of how they make it. But I have no idea really how the layout of the buildings are, or if the actual processing factory is attached to the range or close, or So I'll try and get as much information as I can for YouTube during my visit tomorrow. If this is a topic that interests you, or any other shooting information in the UK interests you, click subscribe below, or the like buttons, or dislike if you don't like it. My dulcet tones probably isn't for everybody, but who cares? Each to their own. So like and subscribe, or I think it's this side. Have a look through related videos. If you see any with Stegoff on, go and have a look at some shooting videos. Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.